The Adventures of Kid Danger is known as a show for being absolute garbage. Originally, the show was a spin-off of Henry Danger. Apparently, there was a motion comic as well, although those were like 2 to 3 minutes long, and those got pretty popular. So, this show was born from the concept. However, I think you may notice the issue here. What flies in a motion comic may or may not fly for television animation. And I have to say, this looks absolutely cheap. Then again, this is Dan Schneider's first and only foray into animation, which explains quite a lot. Besides looking cheap, and trust me, be happy you're only seeing stills of this because the animation is worse than Go Animate, The Adventures of Kid Danger falls into the trap of people with a shallow understanding of animation throwing random crap at the audience in hopes of getting the audience to find it funny, whether it's slapstick, gross out, or just plain random idiocy. This is the same philosophy that Reanimated took when it came to adapting a cartoony concept into live action. Cartoons apparently mean random equals funny. Throw a bunch of random crap around and hope that the audience finds it funny. That's not comedy. That's jiggling your keys in front of the audience in hopes that they get it. I question whether a younger demographic was the intention for this because this show does absolutely nothing to make it palatable for a younger audience or for a new audience as a whole. It basically makes you say, hey, we want you to watch these episodes of Henry Danger, like 2 or 3 seasons worth, and then watch this show. Then we get the foot fetish, because this isn't a Schneider show without one. There's an entire episode with tribal people who worship an idol with large feet. Then there's an episode with a device called a sushi sitter as clear play on the sushi shitter, something that the episode even tells a character and the audience to say really slowly. Then we have a random Gibby appearance for some reason. Another episode is called Texas Wieners, which is really just an excuse to say the word wieners a million times, because LOL, wieners means dick. Because the show is so cheap, there's a noticeable lack of actual effective physical humor. Characters are animated so badly that you think that they were animated in PowerPoint, thus the humor that involves facial expressions or physical expressions tend to fall flat. And then there's the slapstick. The cheapness of the animation is honestly difficult to overstate. I'm not expecting Tom and Jerry levels of slapstick, but this is embarrassing because none of the characters really contort at all. They're just paper dolls. I believe the motion comics are better animated, but then again, they are 3 minutes long and probably have a much better budget on a much better timetable. Even the lighting and facial expressions seem more lively than the spin-off. Again, budget, going from 3 minutes to 11 minutes. Then there's the voice acting. Look, I'm not expecting Haley Ju's Marcy's level of voice acting from this show, but I do expect a bit more. Then again, the material they are forced to read isn't the best either. Like, I question the mentality behind making this. The original was airing with the spin-off, and it honestly makes no sense to do a spin-off that's basically the original with much more slapstick and less interesting visuals. And given the sitcom budget of Henry Danger, less interesting visuals says a lot. The cheapness of the animation ruins a ton of humor because they clearly don't have the budget to convey any of it. Other episodes are just repeating the same joke over and over again until you have milked the cow completely dry. Then there's the stupid fetish material, which honestly, even if it wasn't fetish material, you've just gotten bored of seeing at this point. It's just that bad. Bottom line, this show is absolutely terrible. By the power vested in me in the fact that this is my video and I can do whatever I want, I sentence every single character in this show to an extended stay at the Chum Bucket. Please consider liking, subscribing, tipping the channel on Ko-fi. This is Cyril signing off.